update, testing, yes. Yes. Yeah, I think we're good. It's Hyper Game Dev time, y'all. Hello and welcome to Hyper Game Dev. My name is Lyz and I really love developing games. My experience with that is limited, but my thirst for knowledge knows no quenching. I hope you'll learn along with me and join me in having a little fun along the way. Today, we continue our weekly one game in 1 hour game jam. Now, this is a non-competitive game jam and is intended to be a way to get the game dev gears in our brains turning. Here are the rules. Number 1, just try to make your entry a game. And what is a game? That's totally up to you. Kit bash it or make every asset on the spot. Both are awesome. Number 2, your game should somehow fit the topic, however you want to interpret it. A topic which chat is welcome to suggest. Yes? I see we got Cheeky Boom in the house. How you doing, Cheeky? Or I'll come up with something on the spot based loosely on what y'all are talking about or whatever seems to be going on right now. Number 3, you should make the most important parts of your game within a 1 hour time frame. This isn't super strict. It's okay to go overtime. It's okay to polish it or fix a bug. The time pressure is there for you to help facilitate the brain exercise that this is intended to be. If your entry is late, send it to me anyway, and we'll check it out at the top of next week's show. Let's do some game jamming. Let's have some game jam time. That's what I want to do. We've got the itch.io page up. There's 1 hour and 9 minutes left on that due date, which means we got at least 9 minutes to figure out a topic. But the sooner we figure out a topic, the sooner you can get started. Let's see. We do have Cheeky in this house for sure. We got a nice little wave happening. Wait, let me see that. Let me see that wave. That wave is real hidden right now. Let me get that up on the screen here. We like to share our chats. We like to share in the glory of social hanging. There's Cheeky. Hand pink waving. Ooh, good try though. Good to see you, Danny Kaka, also in the house. Yeah, Danny. Yeah, Danny, are you joining? Maybe. Ooh. Yeah. So we do need a topic, of course. If you want to submit your game via itch.io, that works. You can upload a WebGL Deploy. You can upload an exe file. It's all up to you. There's links in the description to help you do it. And on Dreams. Share it with me on Dreams if you're making a game of Dreams. I got that ready to go too. Well, I'm going to be using HypeHype. That's going to be my main thing today. So let me just get my phone fired up. So I've got my HypeHype, my blank HypeHype scene ready to go. I'm here. Char IDK says, what if I suggest the game jam topic to be film like a jerk? You know, I don't think that, I have no idea why that makes you a jerk. Not a clue. But let me see if we can make it a little more active. Wow. How about like a film? Like a film because of film, due to film, make, maybe it's like, let me think for a second. Film, not filmmaking, but maybe like film story, just a story. Oh, interesting. Because game and film are unrelated topics, at least sort of. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm having some trouble. But no, we can always make it work. We can always make it work. Film. Let's say film on location. I don't know what that means. Legend of the Bernard. Film on location. Do I like that? Filming. Wow, that's actually a really hard one to like make active, to make like fun, to make something exciting. Let's say, yeah, film attempt escape of the film. Let's say film inspired. How about that? I like that. Let's just say film inspired. It's not very active. It doesn't have an action in it, but it doesn't always have to. I think film inspired, just so that way it's like less, maybe that's a little less stressful. That's going to be the topic. Film inspired. That's it. That's our topic. We got it. Thank you. Thank you, Char, for putting me. You had me thinking for a second there, but we got there. We got there. Let me make sure I pin that in the chat, and I'm going to make sure I put it up as well on the itch page, so that way we know what the topic is. As you see, we update it live. Film inspired. I like that. It could be inspired from any film. Yeah, it could be inspired. Yes, I didn't even think of that. I was yeah, right. Or like, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I guess that is what I was thinking. I was thinking like, like the Hollywood industry, like a moving camera and grain and like a I don't know, something like that. But yeah, it could be like a specific movie as well. Yeah, you got it. Dong, 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 dong. Okay, cool. So now that's updated. Now everybody on itch knows. Let's make sure people in our chat here know. We're going to say topic film inspired. And let me see how much time we got left over here on itch. It says minus 10 minutes. Let me refresh that page real quick. It's going to look weird for a second here. Everything's gone. Where did it go? What have I done? Okay, we're back over here. And by the way, if you want to help this live stream get some more visibility, leaving a thumbs up will make a big difference. It really will. Look at that. That's not popping up at the top at all. Hold on, let me fix this. We still have a little time. We still have a little time. Let me fix this. Because this not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like this. There it is. Bam. That's it. Now you know. Now you know. All right, we're back. We got it. So we have 3 minutes left. We have 3 minutes left, which is not bad. 3 minutes is not bad. The topic is film inspired. I'm going to update it in the chat here so everybody knows. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. Let's pin it up as well. And then I'm going to get started. Actually, you all could have already been starting. You could have been starting. Is Bald Wizard a film? I didn't know that. That is news to me. Not bad news, but news. Okay. So film inspired. What am I going to do for that? What am I going to do for that? I think I'm at least going to just pull up some assets that are related, Like I might as well just pull up like a film camera. Just type in film. Let's just see. I'm using HypeHype. Again, it's an app that is in early access right now. You can apply for it if you're not in the Philippines or Finland. And if you are, you get it right now already. You just download it like that. No problem. Let's see. We have a film roll. That's something. We could work with that. Film inspired is nice because it's very open. You really don't have a lot of like restrictions with something like that. Bald Wizard has a film script. Wow. Bald Wizard, if you don't know, is a game made in Dreams. We have a lot of people from Dreams who support this channel. Speaking of people who support this channel, here's some of them right over here. Much appreciation. You can find the link to be one of these names that rolls up here in the description, patreon.com/hypergamedev. I don't see a film camera. Maybe if I just search for camera, it'll come up. I'm really envisioning that like corny camera. I guess we could do like real filmmaking, like contemporary filmmaking. Old Hollywood was problematic anyway. Honestly, I feel like most people just use a camera like this, This tends to be the kind of camera people use. So that's the kind of camera I'm gonna use. This one right here, baby. Let's do that. But what am I gonna do with this camera? What am I gonna do with this camera? Just because I have it. Maybe maybe we could do like a live streaming thing. That's not really film, but it's something I'm familiar with. What if okay, so is it good that there's film? Is it bad that there's film? Do we need to get to the film? Do we need to make a film? Are we destroying a film? If I'm playing a game that has to do with film, and what would I want out of something that has to do with film? I think I would want it to be like, maybe it could be, I mean, there's those games where you like make like a tycoon type game where you like learn how to make, you know, you're a movie studio and you pump out things. I don't want to make a tycoon game, but maybe there's different components you have to bring together. What if there's actors? We should have actors. All right, let's get some characters. Now, I do need to keep in mind the things that I keep in mind. Now, I did forget to start a timer, but oh, look at that! 1 hour 0 minutes. We're golden. We're golden. We're right in line now. We're right in line with the itch page. So my timer is also the itch timer. Let's get some actors here so we can do something with them. But I need to make sure I think of a mechanic. My scope isn't too big. I'm willing to pivot at any point if things don't seem to be going right. And then there's probably some other things too. I'm sure there's something else I got to think of. Let's get this person. This looks like a person. Let's get a couple actors. There we go. We've got 2 people. There's your actors. Actually, let's not do this person. Let's do this person. A football character. Okay. So maybe we have to like, I'm starting to get some like ideas that are very unusual for a kind of game I would make. Like maybe we have to get them to be a certain like type of, like get them in the certain positions or something. Maybe here's what I'll do. Maybe let's say we have to capture a shot, right? We have to capture a shot. And that shot is like, we could have like a frame that's like going, because I'm pretty sure they have film, right? Or like maybe not. Like a film strip. We probably would have already seen that. And maybe you have to like click on it at a certain moment and then, no, I guess they don't have a film strip. I was thinking of something else. Okay. We do have this instant camera photo. I kind of like that. Because film doesn't have to be like movies. You know? It could be something else. Like it could be taking pictures. I kind of like that better. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to say that you have, let's say the film, okay, it's coming. I'm starting to divine what it's going to be. I'm thinking we have a limited amount of film. And maybe the characters are roaming around and we have to like it's like Pokemon Snap. It'll be like Pokemon Snap, kind of, except not as great. And we just have to like make sure we get a good picture where our, you know, the characters are actually in frame. I think that's what it's going to be. Then it doesn't even have to be people. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Now, it's kind of silly to have this be the frame. That should be, we don't need that. We do want something to represent our frame. Let's see if they have like a frame we can use. Hatch frame. I don't even know what that means. Big simple platform hole. Okay. Okay. All right. Square. I like square. I kind of like this one. Oh, this is kind of nice too, actually. I kind of like this. And then that would be our our film frame, right? So there's our frame. And we just have to make sure we tap a button at the same time that our subjects are in there. And that's the whole game. That's the whole game, is there's just a random going back and forth, and you get more points if you take good pictures. Maybe we could say if you take bad pictures, you don't get a lot of points, which, you know, that's going to be interesting, because then we have to think about how are we detecting if a character is in the frame or not. That's going to be a little tricky. That's going to be a little tricky, Ricky. Okay, so we'll just have to think about that. All right, let's get these people out of the way. I'm going to put them back here. And we're going to have to make sure they line up. Oh, I just popped his head off. Whoops. Huh. Huh. That's... okay. All right. So let's pull this down. Let me see where we're at. Oh, nice. That kind of worked out already. It kind of worked out already, didn't it? It's not such a bad thing. Film inspired is the topic, and I'm gonna do. I guess I would call it a Pokemon Snap-like. Be the best I could do to name it something. I should do a video where I make a short film in an hour. That would be interesting. Oh, I would like that. I would love to see that. Honestly, I would love to see that. I really would. I hope you do. I hope you do make that happen. Truly. Okay, so this is not bad. Now, we got to start thinking about the mechanics, right? So we need something, we need a button we have to press that's going to take the picture. Doesn't count. That's the thumbnail. But sure, let's save our progress. It can't hurt to save our progress. That's for taking a thumbnail for your project. Okay. It's a little high up in the screen there. But see if I get much lower. Okay, let's get this block out of here. But see, we need it to kind of be, you know, not look so much like an object. I think we're going to have to adjust our camera a little bit. Because I don't want it to be on the ground, right? That would be not good. But we also need it to be framing the people in the distance. So I want to be close to it. I want to see our frame, and I want to see the people in the distance. It's a lot of little things. Okay, that's not what oh, because I didn't set our camera. This is actually not that bad. Actually, it's not that good. Let's set our camera. So that way we have this in the play area as well. Nice. This isn't so bad. This is more what I'm thinking. Let's scooch it up just a tiddly bit. Okay, not bad. And I'm going to bring this in like that. Cool. That's not bad. I don't think it should cast a shadow. I think that looks silly. How are we at? 53? Okay, we have 53 minutes left out of the hour for this game jam. Do not cast a shadow. Do not receive a shadow. Do not collect 100 at go. Cool. Now, this is a vertical thing right now, right? It's vertical. So maybe we can have something like it's hopping up and down. And then maybe down here in this section, we can include some of the information, the UI stuff, you know, like how many pictures you have left, how many good ones you've taken. So we got to think about that. Let's set that up right now. I'm going to get some logic so we can do that. That is kind of in my way right there. If it could not be, that would be great. Scooch this up. Where are we at? Okay. That's acceptable, I guess. I don't think we need this film camera. I mean, we could. No, because what we really would need would be yeah, I wouldn't worry about any of that, Liz. Yeah, you know what? Let's just not worry about that. We've got our film idea. So I'm going to put in here a UI element so we can keep track of how many pictures we've taken and all that good stuff. So let's drop this in here. And let's start designing a user interface. I'm going to say, and I guess we'll want a picture taking button as well. Let's say I want it to be, I want it to be pictures left. That'll be one of these. It's a little tiny there. A little bit, kind of on the tinier side of life. If I had to measure it, let me get the zoom adjusted a little here. There we go. So I'm gonna make this a lot bigger. Pictures left. Let me just see what that looks like. A little low down there. Bring it up a bit. Well, now it's a little high. It's kind of interfering with the fog that is... Oh, no, it's not. Okay, good. Oh, that looks fine. All right. We don't want to worry too much about it looking great. We really don't. Let's get another text in here. And this text will be a number. So this one we can actually update. I'm going to make sure it's ready to receive a number. And indeed, let's just make it something by default. How many pictures should we have? Let's say 10. Let's say you get 10 pictures. I don't know, I'm just kind of picking that number. Not really thinking too hard about it there. I'm even going to make it a bit larger. Cool. That alignment is not wonderful. That's just the truth. That's my least favorite thing about this UI editor, is the alignments are a little funky. We got Frank Frauds all up in this house. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a good day, week, and all that. It's the beginning of the weekend. TGIF. Okay, so I want to make this not flying all over the place. I'm going to say don't do this auto alignment stuff, which is nice if you like have different phones, but it doesn't really do what I want. What if I just make them all in the center? Yeah, this is there. Now it's kind of where that's kind of what I imagined. Okay, it's a little high, but at least it's somewhat obeying my desires. Cool. Great. I'm going to scooch it just a bit. Pictures left. All right, 10. Great. And then we'll need a button so we can actually take pictures. Now, if we want to keep track of how many good pictures have been taken, right? Let's do that as well. I'm going to add another text thing. And I'm going to say good pictures. Good pictures. I'm not going to do the whole word pictures. Good pics. Make that a little bigger even. And then I'm going to copy the number, move that over. Now I do need to name these or else I'm not going to know what they are. This is left number. And this one is good number. Okay, cool. So let's see what that looks like. Not great. It's a little in the middle of somewhere. Don't do auto alignment. Just put it in the center, please. A lot of this stuff, you know, again, is about phones, because everyone has a different size phone, right? So a lot of these are options to help realign it depending on someone's phone size. And, well, we're just doing a game jam, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Hopefully, it'll just be perfect for everybody. And if you want to check this out later, I'll be able to share a URL. You can open it up in a browser. Good pics 10. Pictures left 10. Okay. We do not want to say good pics starts out of 10. I'm just going to have that be 0 for now. So I guess in that case, the best score you can get is 10 out of 10 or something. And I guess we'll have a time limit as well. Maybe. Yeah, well, technically, because if things are maybe not, I don't know if there has to be a time limit. We could make a time limit, but I don't think we have to make a time limit. I think that's not necessary. Let's get a button in here for taking our pictures. There's a button. Let me see where that's at. It's down there. We got to just finagle the alignment a little bit. Nice. Okay. And then we're going to say, take picture. It's a lot of text. It's a lot of text. That's all right. Maybe I'll just, what if I just put a camera emoji? That'll be nicer. Nice. Super nice. A little tiny though. Oh, it's it's not showing up very good. I think we can make that different, right? Maybe if I change the text color to something else. Nice, there we go. Excellent. I kind of would like it to be rounded, like a circle. So I'm gonna make it a circle. That's not bad. That's not bad. We got a button for taking pictures. I think we got that much done. And we got 45 minutes left. I will not let that be exciting because that's always dangerous. Okay, cool. Great. So let me save where we're at. I guess we could think about like effects, right? Like a flash or something like that. Maybe that's better to wait for until we get more of the functionality down. So let's do that. Okay, let me do a couple more things actually. I need to have this button have an output. Actually, it probably already does have an output. We're actually probably fine. I don't think we need to do much more for now. Okay, so let's do a way for it to subtract how many pictures we have left. And then that has to matter as well. So can we have a value output from the text that's on there? I don't think we do. We can set the value. So we have left number value and good number value, but that's input. Let me get some outputs. Hopefully we have that as an option. We don't. We don't. So we're going to need to keep track of that somewhere else. So I'm going to get a number gadget or node, as it were. And I'm going to call this pix left. We're going to set it to 10 by default. Don't really need to set the default, but that's okay. And this one will have an input and an output. And I'm going to have the output go to our good number value, or our left number value. And every time we press this button, we want it to subtract from that. So I'm going to get the from the pix left, or it doesn't really matter. We can actually hook up this UI to itself, and we'll say that, well, it's a little tricky. We want to say on button start, left number value. We're going to make it a 1, and we want to subtract. So that should subtract it. Nice. So there we go. That's going down just like we want. Now it'll keep going into the negatives. So we might want to deal with that. So now let's get a compare node. And we'll say if this is 0, the game is over. So we'll make value A, and that's the output. And if it's 0, if it's equal to 0. If it's equal to 0, end the game. Now there's already some game end stuff built into the default template, which is kind of nice. So let's just do that. Let's just use that. If they're gonna offer it, I will accept. I just need to get it in the actual container that we're working with here. There we go. And then when this equals 0, we want it to be game success, which, yeah, sure, you don't lose. You know, you lose if you didn't get the high score you wanted. That's your loss. Okay. We want to execute it. And let's just make sure that works. So if we go down to 0, that did not work. That did not work. If it's equal to 0, is it because it's not executed? I don't think so. Oh, I heard a sound effect. It was a little delayed. Oh. I heard a sound effect, the like game complete sound effect. So maybe we could. Okay. That's concerning. Let's try it one more again. Oh, why is it coming? You're hearing it. It's coming so late. It's happening after I exit. So we're in the test mode. We're in the test mode at 0. But now if I exit, now it's not happening. Super weird. What's going on there? What's that about? Oh, but then if I play it again, let's try saving it. Let's try saving it and let's try playing it from out of the editor. Look, again, it's in HypeHype's in early access. There's gonna be some quirks, some quirky works, or some quirky non-works, as it may be. So let's open up this. Let's play it. Oh, immediately it played the sound. You know what it might be? You know what it might be? It might be reading as 0 right away. That must be what's happening. Is it isn't actually set to that number. Even though it's displaying that number, it's actually already. So we need to have this set to 10 right there. So now when we do it, if we hit 0, if it wouldn't mind. Well, it isn't starting out that way. Oh, this is an annoying thing to deal with. Okay. All right. This is fine. It's fine. Oh, god dang it. Look, do you see what I did? Look, it's outputting a 0. That'll do it. Okay, but the other thing was true as well. It was I don't know. Whatever. It should be fine now. Let's see. Right? Right? Okay. Output if true, broadcaster 1, game success. Yeah. Less or equal. If A is less, let me keep an eye on the compare. If we click this, oh, it's not actually going down. Well, go down. Dang you. It's like not updating it from the number gadget. The number gadget is going down though. It isn't. So how is it knowing what the number is? Because how is it? Oh, because we have this hooked up in the UI. That's why. We need to not hook it up in the UI. We need to say when we press a button, it subtracts from the calculator. That's what we need to do. So we want to say when the button is pressed, why does it only give me... I'm a little frustrated by that. Shouldn't it be... Oh, okay. All right. Here, we're going to do a calculator instead. Number gadget, not what I want. We're going to do a calculator. So if I take the... Because calculator is kind of like a number gadget. If I take the button press and I put it in the calculator, value A, and this is going to add. So I'm going to say add 1 every time, equals 1, and we're going to make it an add operation. And then this is going to start out at 10. And we're actually going to want this to subtract from there, right? And then this output we'll put into the compare node, and we'll just get rid of this number node. And now, Okay, so it's not actually counting down. This output is going into the compare node. If I bring this open, compare is seeing 10. If I click this, it goes to -9 right away. Because we don't want this to be 10 by default. We want this to be... That should just be adding... Let me look at the calculator. I'm new to this program. I'm trying my best. So that goes up to 1, and it becomes -9. Because we're subtracting 1 from 10, y'all. Basic math stuff. Okay, so let's switch this to value B. That's okay. We got 30 minutes left. I'm sure it's fine. So I'm going to set this to 0, and we're going to make this 10. And now... Okay, so now you can see in the calculator up here, value B is going up. Hey! Okay, that worked. Now we just have to hook it up to the UI. So I'm going to take the... I guess we want it from the calculator, right? Because the calculator is subtracting, yeah. So I'm going to take from the calculator, and we're going to put that into the left number. Nice. Okay, so now it's actually showing up, counting down the way we want it to. This is highly good. Nice. All right, we did it. We did it. Just took some figuring it out. Okay. All right. Well, we got 30. That only took like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. All right. So now we have only so many pictures. Let's get a sound effect for the pictures being taken. I'm going to say just camera, and then let's go to sounds. See if we got something there. Nothing. Ugh. A glass break? I don't think that... I don't think that's what we want. Pick. Got a picture. Oy, I don't think we have a picture sound effect. Finger snap? I guess that could be our sound effect. I might just have to do. It's gonna have to do. We're gonna do finger snapping. So we have a sound effect. All right, so then every time we press the button, we want it to play that sound effect. So when button starts, play the sound effect. It's a weird sound effect, but it's the one we got. Yeah, yay brain indeed. All right, and then we need to decide what a good pick is. What is a good pick? A good pick is going to have to be checking to see if stuff is in the frame as we want it. I guess I'm going to use some raycasts for this. So let's get some raycasts. We've got that somewhere in here. I'm sure. There it is. Here's a raycast. And you can see it's got a little gizmo so we can aim it. And so I will. Now this is gonna be looking for a very specific area, you know? And that concerns me a little bit. It makes me want to do collision stuff, but if you were here for the stream on Wednesday, even Dreams has Raycast. If you were here for the stream on Wednesday, you knew that I had some issues with collision last week, but or last Wednesday, but let's see if magically those problems will go away. I would do a raycast, but I just think that's going to be, but then again, with the raycast, then we can say it really has to be, you know what, let's do the raycast, because then we can be more specific, because the collision box would look for everything, even if it's just a little bit in, but we kind of want to say, no, it needs to be like centered, and the raycast will give us a much more specific range to work in, you know? So let's do that. Let's see about that. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy a few of these around, I guess. I don't love this because I mean, how many are we gonna make here? It feels a little unfair because what are the chances that I cover enough spots? Well, you know, I mean, if the subject is big enough, I think it might be okay. You know, if we have like a large character, should be fine. So we have a crap ton of these here, which in retrospect is not a good idea. And I'm going to tell you why. Because HypeHype will let you clone connections. So let's just do one for now, and then we can add more once we've hooked it up. So that way we don't have to hook it up every time. So so we need an AND gate. 2 to 4 decoder is a good way to do that. So we want to say that if you are pressing the snapshot button, and so first let's get that. If you've pressed the button pressed, value A of our 2 to 4 decoder. If you have pressed the button and this raycast is seeing the thing it's looking for, which, I mean, at this point, hopefully it can just be anything, but let's check. So I'm gonna set up a debug signal just so we can test and just understand what's going on here. So this is some text. I want it to be a number. So it should just be, there it is at the top of the screen there. It's kind of small, but it's there. This will just be for debug purposes. And I'm going to say on hit, please set that value to a 1. So that way we know it sees something. So right now it doesn't see anything. I don't know why there are 2 numbers. There should only be, oh, I see, because we named that number. I see. We named it 0. Okay. So it doesn't see it yet. So how can we make sure that it's gonna see it? I'm just gonna scooch right in front. It's just his head. You can't keep decapitating the young man. He doesn't deserve that. So apparently it's not in the raycast. That or the raycast isn't set up to see that object. It's probably that one. But I just wanted to see if by default it could see it. But let me just make sure we know beyond a shadow of doubt that it's right on top of it. That should be on top of it. I would be very surprised if that does not count as on top of it. But it's not good enough, so we need to set up some things. So it says it's looking for something with any group filter. So let's make sure we have a group filter for this one. Sure, green. Nothing. Cool, cool. That's not concerning at all. Ah, when I made it an unmovable object, now it detects it. HypeHype, very hype. I couldn't disagree less. That is to say, I completely agree. It's very hype. It's very hype. And we're out here taking pictures. So there's that. Now, if I have this guy move out the way, now it's 0. Nice. That's good. This is very good. And so if this raycast is true, that'll be value B. So on hit object, value B. Now, we need that to unset as well. So that's going to be interesting because we have to reset it if it's true. Now, if it is true, we want our score to go up, right? Our good pictures to go up. So I'm going to bring that to the UI, and we're going to say, if both are true, then set the good number value. We're going to add 1 to the good number value. Okay. So we're going to just already know that it's true. We're going to make sure our friend is in the line of fire, so to speak. It's a horrible phrase. This young man is just trying to be in a movie or a photo shoot. We're out here firing on him. Okay, he's in the right spot. And if I, okay, good pick did not go up, so we did not configure something correctly. Let's look at the 2 to 4 decoder. I want to see that value A go to 1. It did not go to 1. So we just need to hook something up more correctly. It actually looks like the button, because in fact, the on hit is already correct. The button isn't actually updating. So that's where we have a problem right now. So when the button starts, oh, maybe because it's using the calculated value. We want to say do 1. There we go. That's a lot of good picks. So it's just constantly updating it, which is not ideal. We just want it to update it once, which is going to be interesting. Okay. So I don't want it to add 1. Oh, it's set, wait. Oh, because the add is coming from the 2 to 4 decoder. So we need the 2 to 4 decoder to not keep sending out a signal after we hit it. We just need it to, like, you know, 1 hit. That's it. That's what we need. But how do I do that? That I'm not sure. There is a pulse, but there's a way to do a pulse with the wave generator, but I have not successfully gotten it to guarantee it only is going to add 1 when it comes out. But I will set it up anyway, just to see if it'll work. And we're going to have the 2 to 4 decoder. Instead of adding to the user interface, we're going to have it go to, when both are on, it's going to hit the wave generator. And the wave generator is going to be what adds 1 to our good pictures. If you're familiar with Dreams, I know a lot of you use that PlayStation console game engine. Basically, I'm making a pulse, and it's sort of like a signal manipulator, this wave generator, sort of. Hard sort of. So we're going to make sure this is a 1 and that it's adding. So it, yeah, it's, okay. So it's, did we get rid of the 1 coming from here? 2 to 4 decoder goes to the wave generator. The wave generator adds 1 to the user interface. Yeah, we don't want it to start on, so that's one problem. But if we hit it, you can see it's still just going and going. Even though this will send out a signal and then stop sending the signal, it doesn't work very well. I do have a way to make a pulse, another way to make a pulse, and I'm going to do that. So the other way to make a pulse is to have a compare node. So if we actually look at what's happening from this wave generator, we can see, so this is going to be the output. Did we do the output or did we do something else? Let me just double check I did that right. I did, okay. So I'm going to say the output goes into value A of the compare, and the compare is going to be looking for, it's going to be looking for a 1, so a true statement. If we look at the compare right now, the A is 0 and the B is 1. If I press this, oh, it must be looping. Good to see you, Herc. Welcome on in. Dreamers and Hypesters in the house. So wait, do we have a loop set? It's actually very strange. So it must be because of the signal it's getting from the 2 to 4 decoder. So what we could also do is we could say that let's unset the 2 to 4 decoder, the value A and the value B. Let's unset it to be 0s now. All right, so we do have it actually just doing one thing, but you can see it's adding a bunch, which is kind of the problem I was worried about. But if we look at our compare node here and look at what value A says, it's very strange, isn't it? It's very strange. Let me switch this back to 0 and this back to 1. And look at the compare node. It'd be great if HypeHype just added a proper pulse. That would be ideal. But you can see it's not just adding one. It's adding a bunch. And this is my struggle with HypeHype right now. And there's got to be a better way to do this that people know about that I don't understand. I have some other ideas. Okay. All right. So I set the wave generator to be very tiny, the output, or very short. And now it seems to be working. So great, we got it to work. 10 good pictures. Hey! Well, all right, whatever. I guess I figured it out. That's wonderful. We're in a game jam. I'm on a time limit, so I can't sit here and be like, this is what I figured out. That's for Wednesdays when we do HypeHype streams at 6 p.m. Eastern. But today, I just got to keep moving. But we got it to work, so that's good. Okay, so now that that's working, thank goodness, I would like to set a score. I think that would be nice if we actually had a score to set. So we need to set that up. This is game end. Game end. Maybe we need to, this is just game end. I don't think this has a scoreboard. I think we have to go find that in the nodes and such. So we have a leaderboard entry node. Let's see if that will do what we want. So right now, the good thing about this, and I will say, the mechanic and the scope kind of speak for themselves here, because all we have to do is just have something moving around in the background, and we're basically done. Basically. So, I mean, scope and mechanic-wise, like, we kind of nailed it with this one. Scope and mechanic-wise, I would say we kind of nailed it. Okay, so, we want to have the good pictures value be our score. So we're going to say on personal best, on global best. I mean, both. Wait, why would it be separate? Do I know how to do score? I've never really done score, but I've been meaning to. Social player save, object observer, device info, world info. I mean, that has to be it. It has to be that. So I guess we'll just hook it up and see what happens. We'll say good number value. Why would there be separate? Let's just say on score sent? I'm a little confused here. Let's look at the documentation, see if this makes a little more sense. Because, like, why would I only want to send personal or global? Send a value from your hype to the score-based leaderboard. Okay. The score value will be saved as a leaderboard entry when executed. The score value. So there's a score value. You can use a get score broadcaster. Is that, but I would need to add like a component in here, right? Oh, there is a score value right here. Okay. For some reason, it was, when I was dragging the value, so that's the sense that I would think. If I drag the good number value to this, it doesn't give me the option to hook it up to score, which is really silly. So instead, I have to open up the leaderboard entry, drag the score to the UI, and then do it that way. And then we'll get our score. So then if we want to post the score, we could say at the end of the game, post the score. So if I output the end of the game, so game success, right? And right now that's coming from, I don't think this is doing anything, this compare node. I think this compare node is nothing. So I'm going to get it out of here. This wave generator is very much something. And this compare node is what is ending the game. So when this compare node is done, then, if that's true, oh, now it shows me the score. All right, whatever. I want it to execute this. So that should do it, right? All right, let's see. So we're taking pictures. Leaderboard score 0. Nice. Nice. but we should have taken 10 good pictures. So that's just not updating properly. So maybe that's why it wasn't showing me that UI value, because wait. That's weird. It's showing a connection, but the connection isn't. What? The score isn't updating. So I guess that doesn't work. But now I don't even know how they're connected. I can't even unconnect it. What the hell, HypeHype? This is weird. This is weird. Can I hook other numbers up to the score input? I can. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get a calculator, because apparently sending a value from the UI, are we sure there's not an output that I'm missing somewhere? Weird. Okay. All right. So I need to get a calculator or something, or a number gadget. Let's try a number node. Let me try that. Let's bring the number node back, see if that can work for us. And I'm going to have the UI good number value go into the output value of the number node. And then I'm going to hook the number node up to the score, which is really silly, but that might work. Leaderboard score 0. Dang. Let's see if our leaderboard score is actually increasing here. It's not. It is not increasing. Do we need to be executing it? Is our number value going up? It is not. So that would explain why that's not working. All right. So I'm guessing our problem here, I think my problem here is using the UI as where we calculate things. I don't think the UI value is good for calculating. I think it's good for displaying. And beyond that, we run into issues. So I think that's where I'm having a problem. Let's go with that. So I'm going to get this calculator, and instead of right now we have the good number, the good pictures, adding up right now from the wave generator, or not the wave generator. Yeah, the wave generator. So instead of going there to the user interface, I'm going to have it go to the calculator that we just made, value A. We want it to add 1, but it's just going to set, well, no, we want it to add 1. We want it to add 1. And then on the calculator, yeah, we want it to add, I guess. Yeah, sure, it can add. And then this, we're going to output that to the UI. Does that work? Okay, so far so good. And then the calculator value is updating. So then we'll take the calculator output, and that will go into the score input. So just for neatness sake, I'll get rid of what I can here, but it's like I can't even really. All right, I guess it's fine. So let's see if our leader score. Oh, okay. Well, it says 1 now. A little confusing. Okay, so it's ending it right away. So we're executing it. We need this to not execute it. Right now, the leaderboard gadget is getting exported every time we add. We don't want that. Okay, so it stopped it at 9 instead of 10. So it looks like we have a delay issue. So I'm going to get a delay, and we're going to make it, let's just say 0.2. And instead of having the compare node go directly into the leaderboard gadget, the compare node will go into the delay. And the delay will execute the leaderboard. Okay, so that should work. Let's find out. All right, so now we actually get 10 points, as we should. So that's goody. So now it's just a matter of getting the characters to move. Now we just gotta get the characters to move. That's it. If you're joining us on the Game Jam, you got 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 11 minutes. And yeah, I feel good about this. It's kind of ridiculous that this worked out so well. Yeah, let's get some peeps moving. Let's get some of these characters moving around. Now, right now we have this debug value up in the middle, and if I move our character out of there, you'll see that that number is now 0 because nobody's right in the center. Since we already have all of our logic set up, I guess we could have like a sound effect for if there's a good picture, but we don't need to do that. Since we have our logic set up, and I can clone this one right here. And then we'll have a few different spots. And it's going to already have the outputs. So we can duplicate this again, move it a little over here, duplicate it again, move it over here, just keep doing that. And I'd be surprised if something wasn't in. Well, I guess something isn't. But all of these should be relevant to all the logic that we've been doing. Let's see if we can get it right on the other character. Now, the distance of the raycast, I don't know. Yeah, so that's probably our other issue, is we need to actually make it go further. So before I be cloning this all around, let's adjust that. So we want to make sure that character in the back there can also be seen by our raycast. But I don't think she can because it's not far enough. So that 0 is still a 0. Shogun said that the order of things can be important. So where you have lots of things triggered from one node. Yeah, you know, I've experimented with that and not found it made much difference. A little bit. That's a really good thing to keep in mind. I have found that for me hasn't made a difference, but it logically makes sense that it would make a difference. But I haven't run into a case yet where it was like, oh, that fixed it. But yeah, that is true. And yeah, so that's kind of like if you're looking at something with a bunch of, you can rearrange things, right? So if like here we can see we have these 2 different things here, I can switch their order. These are different outputs from this math operator. You can click these 3 dots right here, and then you can switch the order. So it's clearly it must have an importance, but I haven't had it fix a problem yet. Okay, so we need this to be a longer range. So I'm gonna make this, I mean, I don't really care. It should just be infinite. Like, it doesn't need to be limited. But it does look like she's just out of frame. But she's not just out of frame. So that's going to be interesting, right? Because we do have to think about, field of view. Which is a little annoying, but true. It's pretty, it's the raycast is not a good way to do this. It's just not. I wish there was, we could try to do collision. But it's just, it's such a small amount of space that's looking for the characters. Oh, so that's cool. I didn't realize it'll flash red when it's hit something. That's actually really helpful. We can't seem to get her. Oh, you know why? I know why. I forgot to give her the tag to be detected. That's why. But it looks like, let me move this down. It's still not seeing her though, annoyingly enough. Why not? Maybe it's because her head needs to be marked. It's a little tedious. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. And this doesn't even have a filter option on it. But I still can't get it to see. Like, that looks like it's hitting her. Like, that looks like that should see her. Pretty darn sure. And we've got her in the group. So I don't really understand what that situation is. And indeed, it doesn't see her. Well, I guess we're just going to get her out of there then. I mean, if it doesn't work, like, we're in a game jam. We got 6 minutes left. I can't be puzzling that out. You know, if it works for him, then, well, he's the one. So we can move it onto him, and it sees him. All right, so let's get him moving around. I don't really know how to do that. No idea. Stand idle. Run. Yeah, but he's not going to actually be going anywhere. He's just going to be... So we have to actually make him move around. Let's see if there's something that maybe already... Running around. I doubt this is going to do anything. Yeah, but that's just animations. So that's going to be a little tough. So we have to somehow get... Let's get a mover on this character. This is going to be our big challenge here. And we want him to move, it looks like on the blue one, the Z. Let's just say that much. And then we're going to want to give it a duration, 3 seconds. And we're going to make sure it's executing. He's walking backwards. All right. -3. Okay. There he goes, marching along. It's a little slow. I think we could maybe make him go a little faster here. A little too fast, maybe. Let's just say -8. Okay. And let's bring him down on the ground. There he goes. I'm going to start him off camera. He's going to walk on. And then we want to say that when that ends, so on loop end, right? We're going to want it to send him the other direction. So let's get a delay, because I always have so much success with those. We'll say that when it ends, we got 4 minutes left. Good to see you, Playboy Stacks. Welcome on in. Hope you're feeling okay today. Let's output this to the mover on our character, and we want to switch him going the other direction. Now, he is going to be walking backwards, but that's... I guess we could... You know what? Maybe let's have another one. We kind of want to reset his position, though. So we need to know... We actually need 2 movers, then. Oh, man. I don't have time to do this, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try anyway. We want to actually reset his position. So right now, his transform is -9.25. So I'm going to get this mover. I'm going to wish myself luck here. And this is going to be the reset for him. -9.25. -9.25. We don't need a delay for this now. Because he starts... Well, we want him to start off camera, actually. So actually, he's not yet. I want him to go way further off. Could I use a rotator change? Probably. Probably. Sounds like a little more work than I have time for. But, yeah, absolutely. 100%. I think that's a great idea. I wish I would have thought of that like 10 seconds ago. Okay, so let's have him do a little bit longer here. Let's do 3.5. There he goes. He's walking across. I guess that's not what I wanted. I guess we want to make this further. So there it goes. He's walking across. Excellent. Now, when that ends, we want him to reset his position. So I'm going to have this object, target be him. And we want, this will just reset it. So when, in theory, so when he stops moving, or when he gets to the end, we want, oh, this is going to be hard. This is going to be too hard for me. We could do a pulse. I might need a 5-minute extension, if anybody. We already got HerQK already. You already know. You already know what I need. And of course, that would be a 5 minutes for everybody, but our that's not it. Our itch.io um, timer. Where is that? Where does that live? Right there. Unfortunately, you do not get 5 extra minutes on itch, and I am so sorry about that. I am so sorry about that. Thank you, Herc. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it. So you still have to get your submission in on itch, unfortunately. So let's make this be a pulse, and I want this pulse to be short, very short, and send out a brief signal when this ends, or not when this ends, but when this character's movement ends. If I can find my way there. There he is. And the output right here, that's going to go into the pulse. When the pulse outputs, I would like it to unexecute itself, honestly. It would be wonderful. I don't know that we really need to do that, but I'm doing it anyway. You tried participating in HypeHype, but was just over. It was just over it after 10 minutes of fiddling. You can't bring yourself to want to learn it. You mean for the game jam or in general? I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard doing an unusual game dev program in an hour game jam. It's really hard. And I'm just like, hey, watch me do it. Watch me suffer. In general. All right, that's fair. That's fair. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You know, at the end of the day, it's a walled garden. You can't export your games. You can't make money on them. All you can do is keep it in the HypeHype ecosystem. For me, that is a limitation that can be stressful and demotivating. But I have a lot of fun using it, so I keep using it. And if you're not having fun using it, I mean, forget it. Forget it. All right, let me add my 5-minute extension, and let's see if we can't get this done, because we're pretty damn close. So this is going to send a signal that will reset in theory, the character's position. That's what we want this to do. And then after that, right, we wanted to have like another one of these guys. So I'm going to duplicate him. Maybe not the best way to do it. The rotator idea does sound quite... Honestly, it might even be better just do the rotator idea. That may still be the best way to do it. So he's going to go that way. The other guy isn't moving now, which concerns me. Maybe we should just do the rotator thing. All right, since we got the extra 5 minutes, let's just do the rotator thing. Char says, I went into HypeHype once and haven't used it since, but I plan to try it out more. You know, for me, I was just in the right place at the right time. I was just like hanging out. I had nothing to do. And it just worked. Like, I was like, oh, this is what I want to use. This is fun. And so, you know, it just worked out for me. But if you're not having that moment of enjoying it, then yeah, you shouldn't use it. But you know, at first I felt similar to Pierogi, and then I just kind of just had a moment like Char. I was just like, you know what? I planned to try it out. I picked it up. And I was like, you know what? This is fun. And we were good. So if we want to flip him the opposite direction, right? Right now he's facing, his rotation is negative 180. So we'll just switch his rotation to 180. Hopefully that will be enough. I'm a little concerned about this. There's no way this is gonna work. There's no way this is gonna work. I'm sorry. It could, but it could, but I'm seeing there being other problems. I think oh man, this is a tough thing. This is a tough thing. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's do a spawner. Let's do a spawner. Let's have him spawn in. All right. This is the object to spawn. And we want it to spawn, you know, right at the start. So it's going to start it. So hopefully it just goes. So there he is. He's moving. It looks like there's still another one of him here based on the shadow that's going on. I don't know if we'll get this part. Yeah, so he's spawned, but he's not moving. Oy. Oy vey. It's tough because I have to somehow reset his... So we can get like one good pick and then that's it. But I don't think I can do this in the time we have. Because I somehow need to reset his position. The only thing I could do, if I was going to make this work, is I would have to have like a bunch of hymns. And they just go one after the other. And eventually, you're going to run out of hymns, right? Like, I don't have an infinite amount of hymns. So we could say, when this one ends, you know, it triggers the other guy to move. But the problem is, oh, it won't allow it because it's an infinite loop? Well, geez. Are you sure about that? Let's try it again. Okay, we got it. So we should get two guys. So one guy's going to go. And then the next guy goes. Okay, so that's what we have to do if we want it. But, you know, in order to get him to flip around again, man, it's just going to take more than I have the time for. That's just the way it is. But I could keep doing this in the next 30 seconds and see how many we end up with. Like, it's a game jam game. It's a game jam game, right? So, whatever. You only get these many shots. And then, let's say it will execute it, duplicate it again, and we just keep doing this. I'm sure this won't give it... Dude, this is definitely going to give us problems. I'm seeing it right now, which is that we have multiple outputs happening. Because when we clone things... Well, actually, it seems all right. So when this one ends, it activates that guy. When this one ends, it needs to activate this guy. Mover. All right, time is up for me. We got a 5-minute extension and everything. So, oh, these guys are just like there, waiting to go on. Let's scooch them back a little bit. And then we can spam some detectors. So we have some room to get the photo good. But there's going to be a point. So what we could say is we could take the last guy who comes, and we'll know him because he won't have, oh God, I don't know which one he is. He won't have an output coming off of him. Which one is he? I know, I'm taking too much time now. But we're so close. We're so close. You just lose. It's just game over. That's the best I can do. Which is funny, because that means you can't get all 10 pictures. Oh well. So we're gonna ping game fail is what happens if this last guy goes. Just because of the time that I have left. So instead of game success, it's game fail. And then that will be what happens. So let me find the right guy again. Not him, him. When he gets across, you lose. And that's going to send a 1. Which is kind of like, I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's test the game. We got a good picture. It's just seeing something all the time. Wait, what? Wait, why? Why is it always seeing an object? Don't do that. Okay, there it goes. There we go. So when that 1 appears, oh, because even though he's off camera, Because it's not unsetting, you guys. It has to unset. We didn't make it so when the hit goes away, it turns it off. We didn't make it turn it off at the end. We didn't make it turn it off. Shoot. I mean, what we could just do is, I know. What we could just do is say a delay. I know, I'm way over time. If we just do this delay, so whenever, I mean, it should be resetting itself. I thought we did set it to reset itself, but I guess not. If, and which value is it that comes on? Is it B? It's B. So whenever B comes on, when value B is on, delay the input value. And we want this after like 0.1 second to change B back to 0. That way you can actually somewhat play this. And we just have to make sure that this is set to 0. And now, okay, it still didn't go back to 0. Why not? That's setting value B. Yeah, also execute. Ugh. The infinite loop thing is the bane of my existence. So it's not setting it back to 0? Why? Oh, maybe we're okay, though. Maybe that's just our text. Oh, it is good. No, we're good. It's fine. We got it. It works. It works. Okay, cool. So then we're just going to get rid of our testing thing, and we'll save it. All right, thanks for giving me my extra time there, everybody. Let me unlist this. We need to, a leaderboard. Yeah, a leaderboard. Yeah, absolutely. Sort order, highest number, lowest number, and then we need to give it a category. It is action, relaxing, puzzle, simulation. It's a simulation game, don't you know? I didn't name it anything, so I'll have to give it a name at some point. But we'll have a link, and I can share that with you in the chat, so you can play it in the browser. Indeed, just in the browser. Let me pull up the YouTube video right now. Yeah, let's just pull up the... Oh, there we are. Hey, look, it's us. We're hanging out. Let's drop this in the live chat. Let's just pull up the... Oh, there's my hype. Hey, look, it is now in the chat. I'll make sure it ends up in the description. You can, if you want to submit late, head over to the Discord. There's a link in the Discord. It depends. It depends. If you're on itch, you cannot submit late. If you're on itch, you already missed the due date. But if you are doing this on Dreams, you can just send it to me. If you're doing it, if you are doing, you know, like an exe file or something, head over to the Discord and I can give you permission to upload something. Just let me know what you're, give me some more deets and we'll do this. All right, so let's test the game. Let's test the game. And then we're going to check out the things that y'all made in 1 hour. Somehow I've just been zen AF today, which is amazing considering what we do here. All right, and here's the game. Here's the game. Film inspired was the topic. We have a young man who walks in the frame. You have a limited number of pictures. And he might walk on different levels. Oh, and then you just fail. And then you just fail. And then you just fail. Also, Candy Cane, if we can't get it figured out, I'll check it out at the top of the hour in the next show. Or the top of the show in the next... at the top of the show next week. That's what we'll do. So we do have that one problem. I'm going to say instead... What? Just let me fix this. I'm going to say instead of game fail, it's not game fail. It's game success. It's game success. There's no fail here. There's no fail here. So I'll just post this update. There's no fail. It's the actor's fault. I know. I guess I needed 10 of them is what would have made it work for sure, is if I had made 10 of them. All right. Okay, I'm done for real. So here's the game that I made. You can take these pictures. If he's not in the frame, you waste a picture. If he's in the frame, you get a point. Good picture point. And there's only, we ran out of time, so there's not actually 10 guys who walk by. So you can't actually get 10 points. The leaderboard does seem to not quite work right. I guess because the score only posts. I see. The score only posts. All right, hold on. Let me fix that too. Well, I want you guys to get scores. Come on. No, it's fine. I'll fix it later. We'll fix it in the after show. By the way, I do an after show. It is free. There is a link in the description to the Patreon, and I'll just go live right after this on the Patreon page, and then you can we can hang out and do some more stuff. Show me projects you're working on and whatnot. Let's see what you guys made for the jam now. I'm done with my thing. I'm pretty happy with it, actually. It turned out pretty darn well. Like, it actually did turn out pretty well. Like, this is one of the most successful ones I've had in several weeks. So, like, I feel good about it. I'm, like, very happy. I guess you can get a leaderboard if you spam. If you can get a leaderboard score. You just have to spam all of your pictures. But we'll fix it in the after show. It's an easy fix. All right. So, what did you guys make? Let's see what we got over here on Itch. If there were any submissions there. No submissions on Itch. If there are, I'm missing them. They might be there, and I just don't see them. You know, I'll give room for that. Let's make sure I'm looking in the right place. And then I'll pull up on Dreams as well, and we can see if we got anything there. No submissions. All right, let's pull up Dreams. Dreams is on the PlayStation console, of course, if you don't know. It is a game engine of a type, kind of like HypeHype, and then it has some very visual, intuitive logic that you can use to build your games. And it is, you can't export your games, right? So it's similar to HypeHype in that way. It stays on Dreams, just like HypeHype games stay on HypeHype. Dreams has some nice visual design stuff that you can do, some music design stuff. Has a lot of cool things that you still can export, even if you can't export your games, which is pretty nice. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. All right. On Dreams, we have a Denny Kaka share. Let's go. Denny Kaka has joined us for this jam. Excellent. Let me refresh this real quick. All right. And it is called Cut. Oh, look at this. Now, this looks nice. Wow. I'm very impressed by this. I'm extremely impressed by this. Okay. Okay. This looks awesome. Made for Hyper Game Dev's 1-hour weekly jam. Theme film inspired. There is a lot of Cuthbert. Yeah, we've got this little imp character whose name is Cuthbert. You know he's Cuthbert because he's crying so much. That's what makes Cuthbert Cuthbert, is the crying. All right, let's check it out. And lots of pierogies. Maybe somewhere in there. I mean, we don't know what's in the cabinet, so it's possible. What? X to cut.
Cut. Cut.
Whoa.
Cut. 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 Cut.
Hey, come
Cut.
on.
Cut.
Let me get that.
Cut.
Shh. What? Okay.
Cut.
Oh my god. Okay.
Cut.
Yeah.
Cut.
Oh my god.
Cut.
Oh my. Throw it.
Cut. Cut.
No, it's the.
Cut.
What the? So you've got.
Cut. Cut.
With the monkey in a face! Why is the monkey in my face?
Cut.
Stop it! Okay. This is the one.
Cut.
Ah, shoot! Okay, the next one's the one. Here we go.
Cut. Cut. Cut.
Don't stop!
Cut. Cut.
Alright, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm playing. There we go! There we go! Sorry for the sound. Let me turn it down. I am victorious! I have outsmarted the game! Yes, the depth perception would be a problem if I hadn't found the way to win. And now we're champions. Yes! Fiend! Oh, nice! Like you know, like old movies in French New Wave style. Fiend. Nicely done. Nicely done. Utter, total, complete, absolute game. That is so deeply, absolutely a game. I've seen a lot of non-games in my day. That one is a game. Awesome work. I love it. I love the film-inspired aspect as well. Because it is very much inspired. I don't... Why? Oh, because they're onions. I'm like, why is there crying? Why is there crying? Kaka is a great director. It's because they're onions, and onions make people cry. That's why. I see. This is great. So it even kind of has like a cinematic angle a little bit. I'm very curious about the sound effect. Like, is that you? Did you just record that? Or is that like been there? Is my question. But it's very nice that you have the like little fiend at the end as well. It's a good touch. That just like makes it feel more correct. That is you. You did do it. Nice. It's gotta be It's gotta be Danny. All right, let me get a better score. Now, if it's random, I would think that like, because it seems like the timing is just happening out of nowhere, which is like, you know, if that's the case, then I don't know. It seems a little risky because maybe you could get more points or less points. It doesn't matter. Who cares? This does not meet the form factor of an absolute perfect fair game. No, this is awesome. You did great work. And you gave it a vibe as well. I think that's our only submission today. It's a quiet week. Let me just double check, make sure we didn't miss anything. Now, someone did have a late submission, which we may not have time to get to. I will pull up the Discord, though, and see if we have something. It's hard to time it, especially if you're uploading something or exporting something. That's not easy. And I'm impressed that you came through to try to do it. Let me see if we have something from somebody. Doesn't look like it, but I could be wrong. You're here on the Discord, but do you have something to add? I am gonna have to get us out of here, though. I'm gonna have to get us out of here. So, Candyman, don't fret. We will check this out next week. All right? We'll check it out at the top of the show next week. That's pretty much how we handle late entries because, you know, it happens. I understand. I understand. You saw me go over time. If you enjoyed this, you found it useful or valuable, or you know, you just want to support the channel, I hope you'll consider leaving a thumbs up. It helps a lot in getting the algorithm to be like, oh, you know, Hyper Game Dev, you're not so bad. You're not so bad, Hyper Game Dev. I like you. So thank you if you're willing to do that. I do appreciate it. These are people who support Hyper Game Dev in other ways, and I really appreciate them for doing that. We're going to do an after show over on Patreon. It is free. It is a free after show. You are not required to be a patron to join it. So I hope I'll see you there. And you just go over to the Patreon, open the page, refresh the page, and you'll see the video up there, and we'll just hang out. Show me your projects, and you know, we can check out we can figure out your late entry. We can check that out and good stuff like that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for submitting your awesome games. You all kicked booty. Booty Town. And I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow for a dream stream where I will be looking at Survive Escape. It is a project that I'm working on in Dreams to soon remake in Unreal Engine. That is my desire, is to make it in Unreal Engine. And yeah, prototyping it in Dreams is still proving to be a helpful thing. And then on Monday, I'll be doing a Unreal Engine stream. So yeah, I hope I see you all then, and hope you all take good care of each other. We'll see Char in the after show, so that's cool. We're gonna get some Char. Come on to the after show to see what Char's got is working on lately. Char is amazing. So yeah, look forward to that. Goodbye for now, y'all. Take good care. Thank you. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Boo 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 boo. I am leaving. I promise. Probably. Maybe I can't leave. Maybe I just stay here forever. Maybe I never start the after show. Maybe it was wrong of me to think that leaving was the right choice. There we go. That's all I wanted. I just wanted it to look like this. I wanted a clean slate when we get out of here. So that's the Survive Escape helicopter, Frank. You're right. All right, goodbye for real, y'all. Take care of yourselves.